Yo, it's Trent. This is all the times I got fucking suspended and all the dumb shit I did in high school, basically. So, freshman year, I tried for about 2 months to be a good student and do football. I liked football a lot, so I was like, I'll play, but I wasn't starting or anything, so I was like, you know what? Let's do acid, basically. And so on homecoming night, like a month, 2 months in, because that's the one at the beginning of the year in high school. And so we go to that, and I'm like 6 or 15 maybe, freshman, 15? I don't know. But I get there, and not my first time, but they were like, hey, we have acid. And I was like, hey, I would never do this in a public setting, but let's do it. And for a little backstory, I was going with this girl to homecoming, and I wasn't dating her at the time, but I ended up dating her. So it turned into a serious kind of thing. So one of my first impressions was taking her to homecoming on acid. And I remember we were there, and we were standing in the fucking gym, and it started hitting me. And I felt so nasty and weird I had to leave. And we went to Denny's or IHOP afterwards. I don't remember, to be honest, but I remember I really hated it there. I remember I was sitting in there and I just felt disgusting, like I felt slimy and shit. But anyways, let me get to getting in trouble, right? So the first major one had to be getting caught with the vapes. I love my fucking nicotine and weed, so why would I go to school without them? So I used to always bring the Pasches. It was always the original Pasches, which were like half the size of this, skinnier, kind of like a Juul, but disposable. Used to always, help people get them too, you know what I mean? And, but we would be just using them in the school bathroom, like everybody. And the first time I remember it was the computer guy, when your computer's broken, or, the tech guy when something's fucked up, and he'd come into your class and help you. Well, that guy walked into the bathroom and I'm taking a fat rip. And he's like, hey, get rid of that thing. If I catch you again, you're going to get in trouble. So he gave me a break. He was cool. I was like, thank you, tech guy. Well, the next day he caught me as well. I wasn't very smart. I didn't switch up at all. Same time, same place. Same everything. He called me, I go down there, they're like, we're gonna search you. I'm like, that's funny. I'm gonna fucking dip. So I dipped and I go home. And I remember they came to my house. The dean came to my house and was knocking on the door and shit. My mom talked to him. I got suspended for like 2 days. Whatever, right? Now the next one's a little bit worse. I got suspended 2 days for yelling at a substitute teacher, which was also freshman year. Now this one, there's a couple of them where I'm salty still about them, where I'm like, I should not have gotten in trouble for that. But this one, I was being a dick. Like, it was on me. Like, I was having a bad day or something, or probably, because it was this old lady, and she wasn't nice, but she wasn't being a real bitch either. She was just doing her thing. And I remember I was talking to this kid, one of my friends, and she was like, hey, whoever you are, can you go back to your seat? And I think I said some shit like, maybe if you could say my name, I don't know. I gave her attitude, right? And she was like, do you wanna go talk to the dean? And I think I just flat out was like, fuck you. Or like, I don't give a fuck. Like, up to you. And so I got sent there. And then I just started arguing with the dean. I was like, you're a bitch. The school's a bitch. Like, everyone's a bitch. They were like, yeah, you're getting in trouble for that one. So the worst time I got in trouble was, well, actually, no, there's one more before that. So when I got high as fuck at school, I didn't know, right? Like, I knew what a cart was, like, but I didn't know him by look. And this on a Thursday, this kid let me hit his, and I'm thinking it's nicotine. I hit it like twice. It does nothing. I think it's nicotine. So the next day, it's Friday, ninth period. And he offers it to me again. I'm thinking it's the nicotine pen. That's what I literally thought it was, even though it looked like this, but, I didn't know at the time. So I was like, bet. And I go in the bathroom, I hit it like 20 fucking times because I'm trying to get buzzed. I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to get fucking lit. And so I ripped the nicotine, the fucking pen. And I come back and I'm looking at this quiz, and all of a sudden the letters are fucking like moving around, and like it was easily top 3 highest I've ever been without like with no edibles, like just high as shit. And I remember I was like, I have to get out of here. I'm gonna get in trouble because my eyes were just dead, just my whole everything. So I was like, can I go to the nurse? They're like, bet. I got to the fucking nurse and I just looked at her and she's like, you're high. And they're like, did someone give you something? I was like, no. And then they searched me. They didn't find something. They're like, someone gave him something. They start searching through like my class and shit. And I just passed the fuck out and woke up, and then my mom picked me up. She was basically like, yeah, I picked you up, you're high as shit. And then they wouldn't give you a drink. I'm like, that's fucked up. They wouldn't give me a drink. But, so, this whole time it was at the same school, right? And that was like freshman to junior year. And then finally, I got kicked out of the school. I had to go finish at an alternative school with a bunch of bad kids and kids that aren't as smart, we'll say. But, respect to all those people, because shit, it was fucking funny when I was there, man. I remember I got one of the last time I just started skipping school a bunch and just arguing. And they were like, hey, you're gonna have to finish up at this alternative school. And I'm like, in my head, I really did think it was just a school for like mentally challenged kids. And I was like, don't fucking send me here, I didn't realize there were other kids that were doing the same shit as me. I just didn't, I was caring what people were thinking, all that shit. So anyways, I go to this fucking school, and immediately the first day this kid has a spaz out in class. And these kids are like arguing, fighting outside, and I'm like, Jesus, this is a place to fucking be. I never got in trouble there, but that school was so like, I don't want to say shitty, because they did graduate me, and like they were nice to me. Not like shitty as people, like they were cool people. But as school goes and learning shit, I went there. School would start at 9 and end at 3, normal shit. I would go from like 10:30 p.m. to like 11, maybe 11:10, 11:15, and that would be my day. Like, they would just let you pick your shit. I would just go there and be like, yeah, I'm not staying today. And they wouldn't. I mean, it was stupid. I did not have to do shit for that last part. But I got in trouble a lot. Brian got in trouble because they searched his car in the parking lot. That's fucked up. They found, whatever, vape or something. He also got into a fight and got suspended. He beat the absolute shit out of this kid, and the kid had a boot on, like a broken leg or a broken foot. That's funny as fuck. But, I have a really good story when I do the next one. I think I'll drop it in like 2-3 days, but it'll make you guys fucking laugh.